This is the Four Waterfalls trail walk starting from the fairly unpronounceable but lovely village called Pontynefachen, a short drive from Merthyr Tydfil in the South Brecon Beacons. It's a 17k hike which winds its way up through the forests and past 15 different waterfalls. Make sure to give this video a save and stick around to the end for the parking details. The first part of the route follows the fairly simple but not too difficult Eira trail and hugs the river beneath for about 5k. From the very start you'll see waterfalls of all shapes and sizes, and after a short walk you'll get to the first two waterfalls. Now when we arrived there was a fella already taking a dip in the pool below, but unfortunately for us the water was pretty cold, so we decided to save it for our return in the summer. Once you're all done, had a quick dip or taken a quick snack, do a U-turn and continue back along the path for around 800 or so metres where you'll come to the next two waterfalls. The first one is slightly underwhelming but still impressive in its own right. A short walk on you then get to Lower Gushing Falls in its English name. You can actually get quite close to this one at the base of the waterfall if you follow the small footpath down the side of the gorge. Eventually you'll get to the last big waterfall on the Eira trail. This is one of the most scenic on the route, with a wide ledge and a shallow pool, and a great spot to have a picnic as it's more or less the halfway marker. By now the route is already off to a decent start, with several pretty impressive waterfalls, but there's plenty more to come. There are a few different routes to get to the next part of the waterfall route. You can either do a little road walking or take the scenic route through a farm and across a few fields, which I recommend. This next part is the official Four Waterfalls route and features four of the biggest on the whole walk. The first is pretty impressive with a great spot to view from both sides of the water, but can often get quite busy. The next waterfall is about a 2-kilometre walkway along a decent trail and then down quite a steep bank, but when you arrive the view is worth it. Now this is one of the more interesting waterfalls as it has lots of mini falls forming into one. It also has a great ledge you can stand on to get a good view from above and from the side. A short walk back upstream you then get to, I think, the most impressive waterfall out of them all. It's made up of a series of different waterfalls with different plunge pools, and here at the very top you have the biggest fall of them all. And on a heavy rainfall day it actually turns into two massive waterfalls. Now the final waterfall is only about 1 kilometre away and involves a walk back along the footpath you came on. We decided to take the more scenic route, however I really do recommend taking the main footpath as this was pretty rocky and steep. It's a short walk to the final waterfall but does involve 170 steps downhill, so make sure you're feeling fit. It's not only one of the biggest but also has a path that runs behind it, allowing you to see behind the waterfall and get to the other side. Now as you can imagine the waterfall is pretty wet, so make sure you bring a waterproof top and bottoms if you decide to walk the full route and get to the other side, as there's no immediate footpath to do so. Here's the view from behind and have a listen to how loud it is. This is my favourite waterfall on the entire route, and as you can see many other people were enjoying it as well. After you've taken a quick dip or got soaked by the falls, head back up onto the main path and towards the Diners Rock car park. It's a short walk of about 3 or 4k, and as you can see the views are pretty spectacular. Once we got back we headed to the Angel Inn for a quick drink before heading off to dinner. And that is the waterfall route in the Brecon Beacons.